On Mother's Day, I discovered a bullet hole through my bedroom wall. I'm a deep sleeper. I sleep through bullets. Y'all, I ended up moving, okay? And it has been a journey. Hello, everybody. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Muffet, and I'm so grateful that you are viewing this video today. So today, y'all, I know I've been gone for a minute. I've been gone for about an hour, technically. I've been gone for a minute, but there's a reason why. And I want to do a little something different with this video today. I kind of want to make this a video about gratefulness. This, I guess you can call it, it is a testimony video or a video of gratefulness and thankfulness. And I missed you guys. I truly did. And, you know, something's interesting. When you don't upload videos in a while, YouTube, for some reason, I don't see your comments till like weeks later. I don't understand, but I don't know if I'm missing something here, but sorry if I responded to you guys late. I legit did not see those comments. So yeah, bear with me on that. I'm so nervous. Yeah. Now, I'm very shy. So I'll talk about products and here and there, but talking about this subject for me is a little bit sensitive, but I just feel like it just may touch one person out there, and I want to get this out there. So bear with me as I tell my story of where I've been these past few months, okay? All right, stay tuned. Oh, and as you can see, my natural hair is not out because I'm still very busy. I ain't got time for my real hair. I do not. So we're just gonna, y'all already know, I'm not dealing with that. So I live in Maryland. The part of Maryland where I live, a lot of people have been moving further where I am because of the gentrification that's going on in DC, Baltimore, those type of areas. So when I first purchased this home about seven and a half years ago, it was my first home. I still had my student loans. I was looking for a certain budget to live off of because I still had a substantial amount of loans that I had to pay off. So I could not get a place that was closer to my job because it was too expensive, way too expensive. So the furthest away from the city is where I was going to find a better quality of life for my budget. So I ended up moving further south of where DC is. I'm in Southern Maryland. And now Southern Maryland is beautiful. However, you do have certain pockets where everyone from gentrified areas are flowing to. And me coming from up north, I didn't notice certain things in the area where I was looking for a home that was alarming. When they say you're supposed to look at your house at night, do it. I just came in the day. I was just like, you know what? I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to go take a look at this house and go back to work. And I thought the area was nice, but I had no idea what I was getting myself into. Bottom line, I still made the choice to move out here just because, you know what? I have a budget that I'm working with, and it's going to be what it's going to be for until such time. So I did that commute. My commute from where my new house was to work was an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes each way, which is not the worst commute. I've had worse. So I didn't think that was too bad. I did and if you guys, I don't know if they still have it now, but I do think it's beneficial to look into, especially if you're not a home buyer yet, to look into those rural first-time home buyer loans. Even though it's a longer commute to get to work, it still will set you up, I think, somewhere decent down the line, especially nowadays with the interest rates being what they are. Have mercy. That's a whole other story. I do think it's beneficial. And just because the bank says that you can afford something, don't mean you need to buy something at that point. You can stay lower. Talk to your mortgage loan officer and make sure you are purchasing a home that is realistic for your monthly budget, okay? All right. So anyways, I purchased my home about 7.5 years ago, and it really did serve its purpose. And I'm so blessed about that because it provided not only a roof over my head, but a roof over other family members' heads that were in transition that just needed a place to stay temporarily. It really did its job, and I'm just so grateful for that opportunity. So over the years, though, the neighborhood where I moved to started to get worse and worse and worse. On Mother's Day, I discovered a bullet hole in my bedroom wall. Of course, I called the police, non-emergency line. They came through and they did an examination, and apparently that bullet went through 2 hoodies that were behind my door. My door was closed. So, y'all, I'm a deep sleeper, okay? I'm a deep sleeper. I sleep through bullets. Y'all, it's not good. But anyways, so if I was walking through in the middle of the night, walking through that doorway, say to go to the bathroom, or just standing up in the hallway, minding my business, I would not be here today. If not in the hospital, I probably would not even be on this earth anymore. And when I discovered that, I just was like, oh my gosh, I'm done. It's time for me to get up out of here. I knew I wanted to move eventually, but I mean, this economy is getting worse and worse, and who wants to increase their mortgage for no reason? That was my method of thinking. I was just like, I'm not going to move just because I don't like my house. I'm going to move because there is a legitimate reason for me to move, whether my family is growing, whether jobs moving me to another state, whatever the case is. That's something that I would move for, but I would not move just because I don't like my house. This is not the economy for that, in my opinion, but to each their own. So yeah, so this happened on a Sunday. By Thursday, my house was on the market. So Monday, I went and called the bank and got my approval letter. I met with 2 real estate agents between Tuesday and Wednesday. By Thursday, my house was on the market. I was like, I am out of here. The house was on the market for a couple weeks before it actually got sold. They originally wanted me to be out the house for, I think, in like 14 days. And I'm just like, that's not possible. I still have to find another house, you know, and I still have to pack. So we agreed 28 days. Okay. So I'm gonna pack up the house in 28 days. I'm gonna move out. It's gonna be cool. I'm gonna find another house, and me and my realtor, shout out to Kitty. Shout out to Kitty. Ain't nothing kitty about her. She is a beast. And I'm so grateful for having her. I used her as my realtor for both the sale of my house and for the purchasing of my next home. And, you know, I just don't know if I could have done things as smoothly without her. You know, she was amazing. So during that time that my house was on the market, of course, I'm looking at other homes and, you know, seeing which houses I want to put an offer in. I know at this point, I'm going to be leaving an interest rate from 2.9 to now a 6.875. My mortgage is going to more than double. And mind you, I'm a single income household, so I got to be careful. I have to be very careful and be very mindful about my next moves, okay? And I'm thinking, am I going to have to move out of state? What's about to happen? Because I still believe in budgeting. I still believe in maintaining a certain quality of life. And 2 things that did save me, I think, in this whole situation was that, number one, over the years, as salary increases, job promotions happened, I was still keeping my cost of living low as when I first moved into my home. So I had a cushion, a monthly cushion. And on top of that, over the years, I had equity in my first home. That was helpful for me to transition into a new home. That equity I was able to transfer into my next home that would knock down my monthly cost. Even though the interest rate is high, I was still able to obtain a mortgage that was manageable, but still, my mortgage is still going to more than double to what it was in my last home. So that's something that I was not excited about, but at the same time, it's something that it was doable. You know, I was like, it's okay, because I've been living under my means for a very long time. Yeah, I'm up here, you know, talking about perfumes and body care and all this kind of stuff, but you best believe I am within budget. I ain't gonna be on the side of the road or in debt somewhere complaining just because I bought body care and perfume. Ladies, do not do it to yourselves, okay? Okay, so, so I went to look at some homes, and there were 2 that I thought I would put an offer in for. But at the same time, I can't put an official offer in until I get a buyer. When I finally got a buyer, by the time I got my first buyer, those homes, of course, were no longer available. So I'm like, man, what am I going to do? Am I going to have to move to Virginia? Oh, gosh, I'm going to Virginia. Like, I mean, I would rent in Virginia, but I would never want to purchase in Virginia. I would purchase in Maryland, but I would never want to rent in Maryland. Okay? Because you're getting more bang for your buck in those situations in those two states, in my opinion, from what's out there in the area of where I live. So I was like, am I gonna have to rent in Virginia? Not my first choice, but from what's available for rent in Maryland, I wasn't having it. I didn't think it was worth it. I thought it was worth it to rent in Virginia. So I'm like, if I don't find a home, that's probably what's gonna have to happen. When I finally got an offer, within 3 hours, one of the houses that I was going to originally put an offer in got back on the market. Literally, I'm checking my phone like, wait a minute. This was off the market. Someone already put an offer in and it was contingent and now it was available. So I was like, oh my gosh, thank God. So I was so excited about that. And I feel like this particular home was my second choice. It was not my first choice. My first choice was something different. It was smaller. It was more convenient. How do I say? It didn't have as much versatility as the second home, but at the same time, there are certain aspects about that home that I wanted to make sure I had in my next one. The second home didn't have it. However, it had more versatility. So that home, that second home, is what got back on the market within hours of when I got my my offer. I accepted the offer. I already looked at the house. I told my realtor, I want that house. I don't even have to look at it. I already did in the past. Let's go ahead and put an offer in. And I was able to sell and purchase a home, sign the contracts within the same day. And I would also have to close within the same day on both houses. Well, at least within 24 hours. So I'm packing up and I'm like, okay. And mind you, the whole process of packing is stressful in itself. We all know that. No packers or movers are coming in and packing my stuff. I have to do it myself. So that is stressful, especially when you have a short time frame to do it. So I'm packing every day after work. I'm packing. 7 days until closing. My buyer gets rejected for their financing.
What?
I'm like, what? They had a first-time home buyer situation where you had to meet certain guidelines in order to approve for that first-time home loan, and they were not able to meet it, and they lost their financing for it. And I was just like, what do you mean 7 days before closing? I'm like, can you even do that? You can. So, like, I feel like at that point, I was like, okay, you got me. Like, bullet hole goes through the house, 2.9 to 6.875 with very good credit, by the way. I'm going to have to switch over to that interest rate. My mortgage is going to more than double. And I'm just like, you you playing dodgeball and these balls keep coming at you. You just like, And I'm just like, I'm ready. Take it. And then when that 7 days to closing came up, where I was like, what you mean I don't have a buyer anymore? I was like, okay, you got me. So I finally cried. I was like, oh my gosh. Like, and throughout this process, it was so stressful. But at the same time, I knew that God was in control, but it's just those parts where you don't know how things are going to happen, but you know that they will. You know that it's going to be okay. But it's the idea of the fact that you don't know how. To me, not being in control of that was just like, ugh. Yeah. So my realtor immediately contacted the sellers, let them know what the situation was. They were willing to allow me to hold on to this house until my original close date. So they said, if you can find another buyer within that time frame, we're going to still give you the house. And I'm so grateful for that because I was able to find another buyer in that time frame. That's a miracle because it took me weeks to get a first buyer. For me to get a second buyer within what, 2-3 days? That's only God. So I'm so grateful for that. I was able to close about 15 days later than the original close date, but that's fine. At least I was able to hold on to this house and move into it. So the thing about this house is that this was it was either this house or another house that I was thinking about putting an offer in. And the fact that this house has so much versatility, they have aspects about this house that I didn't even think that was necessary, but now that I'm here, it's like, wow, I really needed this house to be the way that it is. The amount of floors, like there is no house with the amount of bedrooms and bathrooms for the price that I got this house in the good condition that it is. on the market. There's no other house like it in the market of the area where I wanted to live. And on top of that, there is no other house in the market with this much bathrooms and bedrooms that also has the ability to turn the basement into an accessible dwelling unit. So that's also going to bring me an extra stream of income if I rent it out, and that'll put me in a better financial spot than what I was in my last house. Can you imagine, y'all? When I thought about that, when it finally sit into my head, I was just like, everything happens for a reason. First, I'm just so grateful that my life was spared and I'm able to see another day, and I have my health and my strength. I have a roof over my head, and I have ability to make residual income in this economy as a single income household. So yeah, I'm coming to you guys with a grateful heart. For me to be in a situation that was better than where I was before, even with this market being the way that it is a blessing. And I'm just here to say, thank you, God. Thank you, God. Because I just had no idea that things would take such a turn, and all this is happening within this span of 2 months. When I mean me finding the bullet hole, me packing up, moving, and unpacking has literally been in less than 2 months. So it was stressful. You should see me. I was looking at the mirror. I was like, this life ain't about to crack me. Oh no. Like, I was just like, I am not about to get overly stressed about the situation because God is in control. So I have been living in my home now for a little over a month. I am mostly unpacked. I still have contractors coming in and giving me quotes because I am going to put a kitchen in the basement, and it's going to help me years and years and years down the line as far as residual income. So I'm so grateful about that. I'm able to be in the area where I want to be in. I'm in a safer neighborhood. So I'm just so grateful about that, you guys. And I can't sit here and say, if you do this, that's going to happen. If you do this, that's going to happen. But what I would like to say is, whatever good you're doing, keep doing it. God is here. He sees. He sees what you're doing. He knows what you're going through. Whatever it is you have, I think it's important to be grateful, and also just ask God to be good stewards of what it is that you are blessed to have. Whatever good you're doing, paying your tithe and offerings, you can contribute to healthcare, education, whatever good you're doing for humanity. Keep on doing it. Keep on doing it with a selfless heart. Just keep on, keep on, keep on. Condition yourself to be a person that is constantly contributing to humanity. And I do believe God sees, and He will be there for you. You remain faithful in what you're doing, God will remain faithful to you. So yeah, I just want to just come on here and just to say how grateful I am. And how thankful I am. And I just hope that this has touched someone out there. If you are out there, if you're stressed out, if you don't know how things are going to happen, but you're holding on and you believe that things will be okay in the end, I would just say, keep on holding on, y'all. If you guys would like to share your testimonies down below, or just give words of encouragement just to anyone, even to me, it doesn't matter. Just feel free to leave it down below. We are a community, and I look forward to hearing from you guys and just chatting with you guys, and just to share and discuss how grateful we are for what we have, okay? Okay, guys, sorry about that. My camera messed up on me again. I look forward to talking to you guys in the next video. I have some goodies to share with you guys. I'm so excited, but I just want to make sure you guys always know to take care of yourselves and to enjoy life, okay? Until the next time, bye. Mwah.